Earlier this week, Motorola and Verizon held their special event for the unveiling of the brand new Droid Turbo 2 device. While there are more than a few upgrades from last year's original model Droid Turbo, the obvious headliner and potentially the one to have the most impact, no pun intended, is Motorola's Shatter Shield display technology, which helps to protect and prevent the phone from receiving a cracked screen should it fall onto the floor, the concrete, or any other hard surfaces, which might normally end with a broken screen followed by the broken wallet from having to replace the phone. The shatterproof display sounds great, but how often do people really crack their phone screens? Motorola set out to answer this question with a recently distributed survey called Cracked Screens and Broken Hearts that carried a specific goal of finding out details and specifics revolving around the one thing no one wants to see happen to their device. To get the results and information, Motorola surveyed a total number of 6,000 adults across 6 different countries and has neatly showcased everything inside of a neatly infographic that has all the stats on cracked screen one could ever want. Some might be surprised to know that according to the survey, 50% of people on a worldwide scale have experienced a cracked screen at one time or another. Of those people in the 6 countries where the survey was taken, India comes out as the #1 country with the most cracked displays at 65% of people surveyed having said they've ended up with a broken display before. The lowest is, perhaps surprisingly, the US with 34%, and that's followed up by the UK with 38%. Other details like phone fumbles, as Motorola puts it, happen to be the most common method of how people's phones come to end up with a broken screen. While other interesting facts like 21% of people globally currently have a phone with a cracked screen puts it into perspective that people seemingly aren't willing to wait long once they have a broken screen to fix it or replace it. With cracked screens comes broken glass, which is obviously no good for your skin because, well, it cuts. Thanks to the survey, Motorola was able to show that 23% of global smartphone owners continued to use their phones, swiping, touching, and tapping their screen even though the broken and cracked glass was cutting their fingers, which just goes to show how important the things we do with our phones are, to some of us at least. While being careful can be a good way to prevent cracked screens as much as possible, accidents do happen, and Motorola aims to free consumers of that worry.